You don't always need a role-playing saga or an expansive online universe to keep you sucked into a game for 40, 80, or 100 hours. Sometimes simplicity does the trick. If done right, the spirit of competition can be enough to keep players coming back again and again. That was the driving force behind classic games like Pac-Man, Robotron, or Galaga. It's all about the leaderboard and showing that you're the best amongst your friends and the world. Personally, I love games like this. Give me a game with a simple concept and addictive gameplay, and I will sink as many hours into that as players spend exploring Skyrim or the World of Warcraft. That's why I got excited the first time I laid eyes on Housemarque's Nex Machina. At first glimpse, it had all the potential in the world to be the next go-to game for leaderboard competitions. Sure enough, now that I've finally gotten my hands on the game and run it through the paces, it is undoubtedly going to be my go-to game for the foreseeable future. Nex Machina is the creation of two of my favorite developers, Housemarque and Eugene Jarvis. It has a simple premise: survive the waves of enemies and progress through the stages in each of the 5 levels, each of which ends with a massive boss fight. The action is fast-paced and it's incredibly frantic. So frantic, in fact, that if you blink, you're going to miss everything that the game has to offer. That's because Nex Machina is like peeling an onion. There are layers to the experience, and the more you play it and the more you dig, the more you will discover that it has to offer. At first, it's as simple as blasting through the waves of enemy thrown at you in each round. Thanks to some incredibly polished controls and gorgeous visuals, that should be enough to hook most players. Eventually though, other aspects of the game begin to roll out, such as saving humans wandering around the stages, or uncovering hidden rooms and secret paths throughout the levels. As your enemies and the stages evolve over time, so do your abilities as they are rolled out to you in a layered fashion. See a theme here? As you gain power-ups from enemies, your shots will widen and go further across the stage, or perhaps your dashing ability improves and even becomes an offensive weapon in itself. Or perhaps you'll even get to pick up one of the various secondary weapons. However, when you die, the game returns that favor and starts peeling back those layers of power that you've earned. Death means you lose the most recent power-up that you gained, and if you die again before you reclaim it, you can kiss another one goodbye. This creates an interesting and challenging gameplay concept that forces you to learn from your mistakes very, very quickly. Make the same mistake twice, and you begin what is a downward spiral that will ultimately lead to the game over screen. As I said earlier, the game progresses at a rapid pace. There is literally zero downtime as bullets are flying within the first 5 seconds of starting a game. Once you get the hang of things, you can fly through the 5 levels of the adventure mode at an incredible pace, but that isn't the full experience. You'll find that in the game's arena mode. This mode allows you to challenge each of the individual stages with a chance of setting an individual score on the leaderboard and unlocking coins that can be spent to unlock other stages and additional objectives. You also have the option of tackling levels with a friend thanks to the local cooperative mode, but to be honest, I don't think it fits the vibe of the game very well. Things are so frantic that it's hard to coordinate with someone, so you're honestly better tackling things on your own. It's no surprise to me that Housemarque's name is on what could possibly be the best twin-stick shooter we've seen in the past couple of years. They've become masters of the genre, and adding Eugene Jarvis to the mix only strengthens Nex Machina's claim to the classification. This game has everything this genre needs: tons of action, accessible yet deep gameplay, gorgeous visuals, and a replayability that hooks players and doesn't let them go. If you and your friends like to battle over the leaderboards, well, say hello to your new battleground. Nex Machina is a must-have for anyone who enjoys some old-school, arcade-like fun. I'm giving Nex Machina a 9 out of 10.